Commander Brooks stood on the bridge of the horizon, watching the empty stretch of space ahead. The ship floated quietly at the border of the Dominion, a region known for strict control and aggressive patrols. The horizon did not look like much from the outside. It was small compared to most modern warships, and its design seemed simple. But this ship carried the most advanced systems humanity had ever created. Inside the ship, everything felt calm. The lights were soft, the air was clean, and the steady hum of the engines gave a sense of comfort. Had been trained her whole life for this mission. She knew that the moment they crossed into Dominion space, billions of eyes would be watching. The galaxy believed humanity was gone. Most species wrote humans off as a forgotten people who had abandoned the galaxy long ago. Some even said humans were weak and had destroyed themselves. But knew the truth. Humanity had not vanished. It had stepped away, hidden from the galaxy to grow stronger. While empires fought and fell, humans developed technology far beyond what the galaxy understood. The horizon was proof of that. Jackson Cole sat at the weapons console, his fingers moving across the smooth interface. He was quiet, focused, and ready for anything. He trusted more than anyone. He had seen her stay calm in situations where others would panic. Maria Lewis sat at the navigation controls, her eyes scanning long-range readings. She loved the stars and the silence of space. She felt at home here. Ward monitored the ship's energy systems. The horizon had so many hidden layers that even he had not yet unlocked everything. The crew did not know exactly what they would face, but they were prepared. The moment they entered Dominion territory, the sensors detected movement. Many ships, too many for an ordinary patrol. Maria looked up. "Commander, I am reading a fleet approaching, at least 2,000 ships." Jackson raised an eyebrow. 2,000 for us. They must be scared or angry. Did not move. She kept her eyes on the forward screen as thousands of lights came into view. "No," she said softly. "They are unsure. They do not know what we are." The Dominion had ruled this region for centuries. Their fleets were known for harsh methods and overwhelming force. They were used to easy victories. A single human ship would seem like nothing to them. A transmission appeared on the screen. It showed a tall commander with dark skin, sharp features, and cold eyes. "Unknown vessel," he said. "You are trespassing in Dominion space. Identify yourself or face destruction." Took a slow breath. "This is the human ship Horizon. We request peaceful passage." The commander stared at her with disbelief. "Human? Impossible. Humans are extinct." "Not extinct," said calmly. "We are returning." The commander laughed, a harsh and mocking sound. "If you are human, then you have no right to be here. Humans abandon the galaxy. Your request is, you will surrender and power down your ship." Jackson shook his head. "They think we are weak." Checked the power readings again. The Horizon was not even using 10% of its total capability. Kept her voice calm. "We do not wish to fight, but we will not surrender." The commander narrowed his eyes. "Then prepare for destruction." The transmission ended. In seconds, the Dominion fleet formed a battle line. The ships were large, covered in thick armor and heavy weapons. Missiles, beams, and energy projectors powered up. It was a show of force meant to crush any hope of resistance. Jackson leaned back in his chair. "If they fire, the shields will hold, right?" Nodded. "The shielding matrix is stable. We can handle anything they have." Maria whispered, "They do not know what they are facing." Watched as the first wave of weapons locked onto the horizon. She did not raise her voice. "Hold position." The Dominion fired. A bright wall of light filled the screen as thousands of weapons hit the horizon at once. Explosions burned across the void. The force could have broken a planet's crust. Jackson held his breath. Maria closed her eyes for a moment. Then the light faded. The horizon floated exactly where it had been, untouched. The shields shimmered like a thin silver curtain and then went still. Almost laughed in disbelief even though he expected the result. "Zero damage, Commander. Their weapons can't break through. Jackson let out a low whistle. This is going to scare them. Across the galaxy, countless observers watched the live feed. When the light cleared and the horizon remained unharmed, millions whispered in shock. This small human ship had survived an attack that should have destroyed it. Another transmission came in. The commander looked shaken, though he tried to hide it. "What technology is this?" he demanded. "No ship can survive that." Answered calmly, "We told you, humanity is returning. We are not the same as before." The commander growled, "This is a trick. You will be boarded and taken apart piece by piece." Turned to Jackson, "Prepare the defensive matrix." Jackson nodded, "Ready." Monitored the energy levels. The system they were about to activate was one of the Horizon's older features, from a time when humanity experimented with gravitational control. The Dominion launched a second attack, but before the weapons reached the Horizon, Jackson activated the defensive matrix. A soft pulse of blue light expanded from the ship. It looked harmless, almost gentle, but when it touched the Dominion ships, everything changed. One by one, their engines failed. Their weapons went offline. Their systems froze. The entire first wave of the Armada drifted in silence. No explosions, no fire, no casualties. The ship simply stopped working. Maria stared in amazement. "I cannot believe how fast it worked." Nodded, "It shut down every system within range." Jackson smiled, "And that was only a fraction of the Matrix's power." This time the commander did not appear on the screen. He could not. His ship had lost all control. The Horizon was the only vessel still fully active. Finally stood up from her chair. Her voice remained steady. "Send a message to all remaining ships. Tell them we are not here to fight them. We only want safe passage." Maria sent the message. A moment later, dozens of Dominion ships began retreating, unsure and afraid. They had never seen anything like this. They did not want to take the risk of facing the Horizon. The crew watched as the massive fleet slowly pulled away from the human ship. It was strange to see thousands of warships give up without another shot. Jackson let out a long breath. "They are going to talk about this for years." Check the energy levels again. "Commander, the ship still has 95% of its power unused. We could have done so much more if needed." Nodded, "The point was not to destroy them. The point was to show them we are not helpless." Maria turned in her seat. "Do you think the rest of the galaxy saw this?" Answered softly, "Yes, and soon they will all want to know who we are and what we want." The Horizon sensors picked up signals from several distant empires. They were watching closely. They wanted to understand how a single human ship had stopped an entire armada. For centuries, the galaxy had believed humans were gone, weak, forgotten, irrelevant. But now the galaxy had seen the truth. Humanity was not gone. Humanity was rising again. Looked at her crew, each calm in their own way. They were small in number, but they carried the strength of an entire hidden world behind them. Their journey had only begun. The galaxy had noticed them. The galaxy was afraid, and soon the galaxy would learn why the Horizon had been sent here alone. The Horizon moved through space with calm and steady motion. The crew remained focused after their encounter with the Dominion Armada, but inside each of them, there was a quiet understanding that nothing would be the same again. Their actions had spread across the galaxy in minutes. Dozens of empires had already seen the footage. News channels, military analysts, and political leaders were discussing the Horizon nonstop. A single human ship had defeated a force that should have crushed it. No one understood how. Commander Brooks stood at the center of the bridge with her hands behind her back. She studied the readings on the main display. Many new signals appeared, all from distant sectors. They were not attacks but observation probes. The galaxy was watching. Jackson Cole leaned back in his chair as he monitored weapon systems. He did not like being watched, but he knew this was expected. Humanity had returned in the loudest way possible. Maria Lewis studied navigation paths, trying to predict which empire would approach them next. Ward ran checks on the ship's core, tracking small fluctuations that hinted at deeper capabilities still hidden. "Commander," said softly, "power levels are stable, but the defensive matrix is still recharging. It needs time before we activate it again." Nodded, "Understood. We will avoid using it unless we must." Jackson glanced at her. "We might have to. The galaxy won't let us go without trying something." Maria looked up from her console. "I am picking up signals from the Alliance. They are sending a large force, maybe 500 ships." Jackson sighed. "Another group wanting to test us." Shook her head. "Not necessarily. The Alliance is cautious. They prefer negotiation over force. At least that's what our old records say." Maria watched the screen carefully. "Maybe, but 500 ships still feels like a threat." Understood her concern. Every empire feared being the next to fall. If humanity truly had technology beyond anything in the galaxy, then alliances, borders, and power balances could change overnight. No empire wanted to be caught unprepared. A soft beep echoed across the bridge. The fleet sent a direct transmission. Maria activated the screen. An ambassador appeared. He was tall with silver-blue skin and gentle eyes. His voice sounded calm. "Human vessel," he said, "I am ambassador of the Alliance. We do not wish for conflict. We only seek to understand your purpose here." Stepped forward. "We are on a peaceful mission. Humanity has grown in isolation and now seeks to reconnect with the galaxy. We do not come to conquer or threaten." Nodded slowly. "Your actions against the Dominion were not destructive. This is unusual. Most powers would have destroyed the fleet." Replied, "We chose restraint. We only defended ourselves." Studied her for several seconds. "Humans were once known for being aggressive, yet you show calm strength. This difference troubles many." Jackson whispered under his breath, "Great, trouble already." His expression did not change. "Humanity has learned from the past. We seek cooperation. If the Alliance wishes to talk, we will listen." Inclined his head. "Then I request to board your vessel for diplomatic discussion." Maria and exchanged looks. Jackson raised an eyebrow. Answered calmly, "We will allow a small delegation, but we will maintain control of our internal systems." "That is acceptable," said. The transmission ended. Jackson crossed his arms. "Do you trust them?" Looked at him. "I trust that they want answers, and we need allies or at least peaceful relations." Check the docking systems. Their ship is approaching, all systems ready. A sleek shuttle connected to the horizon. 3 figures entered. Ambassador walked at the front, accompanied by 2 guards. They were calm, respectful, and seemed curious. Greeted them with a polite nod. "Welcome to the horizon." His eyes moved across the ship's interior. "Your technology is unlike anything we have seen. It feels alive." Smiled slightly. "It is advanced, not alive." Touched a nearby panel, surprised by the smooth reaction of the system. "Your ship responds faster than any known construct. Is this natural to all human ships now?" Answered, "We have developed many new technologies during our isolation." Studied her again. "Isolation changes species, it shapes them. What shaped you?" Jackson muttered softly, "Countless years of hard work and threats." Did not react to the comment. Instead, she said, "We learned to build without limits, without fear of judgment, without interference from outside forces." Nodded, but the expression on his face suggested deep concern. "Some fear that your technology may give humanity too much power." "I understand their fear," said, "but we do not seek domination. We want balance." Looked thoughtfully at her, then at the rest of the crew. He walked through the corridor, observing the design, followed behind, making sure no systems were accessed without permission. After a short tour, spoke again. Your restraint against the Dominion impressed many worlds, but they also fear what would happen if humanity ever stops showing restraint. Replied, that will not happen. Our mission is peaceful. Folded his hands. Then allow me to offer something. The Alliance would like to open communication with your leaders. We want to form a neutral relationship. No aggression, no demands. Maria smiled. That sounds hopeful. But his expression changed. However, many empires do not trust the Dominion. They expect them to retaliate, and they expect you to respond with overwhelming power again. The galaxy is preparing for conflict, even if you do not wish for it. Jackson sighed. Great, we stop a war and now we might start a bigger one by accident. Looked at Jackson. You did not start it, but your presence forces others to choose sides. Understood the meaning behind his words. The horizon had become a symbol, a powerful one, too powerful. Continued, I advise caution. The Dominion is gathering more forces. They want revenge for their humiliation. Others will join them out of fear. Maria checked her console. Commander, he is right. The Dominion fleets are regrouping. I see large movements. Added, and their commanders are angry, very angry. Looked at, thank you for your honesty. Bowed his head. We respect your strength, but strength alone does not guarantee peace. The galaxy needs time to understand you. I hope humanity will give us that time. They returned to his shuttle. As soon as he left, the horizon received dozens of new signals. Jackson frowned. Commander, several empires are trying to contact us. They want to discuss what happened. Maria added, some are friendly, some are scared, some are clearly angry. Check the power cores. The defensive matrix will be ready soon. We should be careful what we do next. Looked at the main screen. The galaxy had changed its focus. Every ship, every government, every observer was watching the horizon. The crew knew what it meant. They had become a storm in the center of the galaxy. Maria asked softly, what should we do, Commander? Answered without hesitation. We continue forward. We show them who we are. We show them peace if they allow it, strength if they force it. But even as she spoke, a massive new energy spike appeared on the sensors. Jackson stood up. That is not the Dominion. That is something different. His expression turned serious. It is an old signature, very old. I think it is from the Empire. Maria's eyes widened. They are supposed to be gone, dead for centuries. Stared at the readings. Then why is their signal here now? The bridge fell silent. The horizon had faced one armada and caught the attention of the galaxy, but this new signal felt different, older, stronger, more dangerous. Said quietly, Commander, whatever this is, it is waking up, and it is looking at us. Took a slow breath. Prepare all systems. The real challenge might be starting now. The crew worked quickly, adjusting shields, scanning the signal, and preparing for possible confrontation. They were no longer dealing with a single empire. They were touching the secrets of the galaxy. Maria whispered, do you think the galaxy will try to stop us from learning the truth? Replied, maybe, but we will continue anyway. The mysterious signal grew stronger. It pulsed with ancient strength, as if something long asleep was rising again. Jackson looked at, Commander, if this is the Empire, then the galaxy will panic. They were feared even more than humanity. Nodded, then we must be ready. We will face them whatever they are. As the horizon approached the source of the signal, the crew could feel the weight of history around them. They were not just dealing with the present. They were stepping into the past, into a forgotten story that still had power. The galaxy continued to watch, unsure whether humanity would become the light or the fire in the darkness. And the horizon moved forward, ready for whatever came next. The horizon continued moving toward the strange ancient signal. The bridge felt heavier than before, as if the air itself understood the threat they were approaching. Commander Brooks stood at the center of the room, watching the main display as it traced the source of the energy. None of the crew spoke for several seconds. They all waited for more data. Ward broke the silence first. "Commander, the readings are becoming clearer. This signal is at least several thousand years old, but the energy inside it is active. Something has awakened." Maria Lewis leaned in closer to her console. "It is not a normal transmission. It feels like a beacon, a warning or a call." Jackson Cole crossed his arms. "Great. We dealt with the Dominion. We dealt with the... Now we get to wake up ancient ghosts." Kept her voice steady. "We will not turn back. Humanity needs answers, and this signal might hold answers the galaxy fears." The horizon continued forward, and the signal grew stronger. The ship passed through a silent region of space where no star shone and no planets existed. Only an enormous black structure floated ahead. Maria gasped. "Commander, I am reading a massive object. It is over 200 kilometers long." Jackson stared at the screen. "What is that thing?" His fingers moved quickly across his console. "It is not a ship. It is not a station. It is something else." Spoke softly. "Bring us closer, slowly." The horizon approached the object. It looked like a dark, broken ring in space, with cracks of faint blue light glowing across its surface. It seemed ancient but alive in a strange way. Whispered, "Commander, this structure is millions of years older than any known empire." Maria's voice trembled slightly. "Then it cannot be the Empire. They are old, but not this old." Jackson frowned. "So who built it?" "Watch carefully. We will find out." Before they moved closer, a sudden bright pulse shot from the ancient structure. It spread out across space like a ripple in water. Maria reacted first. "Commander, something is scanning us." Jackson gripped his console. "Is it hostile?" "Check the readings." "Not yet, but it is scanning everything. Our power systems, our shields, our structure, even our genetic code." Replied calmly, "Then let them look. We are not here to hide." Another pulse followed, stronger this time. The lights on the horizon flickered for a moment. "Looked up. They are trying to connect with our systems." Jackson's eyes widened. "Block it." Shook his head. "I cannot. They are not attacking. They are searching for something." Maria suddenly gasped. "Commander, the ancient structure is sending us a direct message. It is in a very old human dialect." Turned. "Old human dialect? Are you sure?" "Yes," Maria said, "but it is thousands of years older than anything from Earth." Jackson leaned back. "That makes no sense. Humans are not that old." Whispered, "Unless humanity is older than we think." The message appeared on the main screen. It was a simple sequence of symbols, glowing faint blue. Slowly the translation came through. "Welcome, children of the lost world." The bridge fell silent. Jackson blinked. "Children of the lost world, what does that even mean?" Maria's voice was soft. "It means this structure knows us. It knew humanity before humanity knew itself." Studied the symbols again. "Commander, I think humanity did not start on Earth." Felt her chest tighten. "Explain." "This message," said, "uses a linguistic pattern that suggests humans existed long before Earth became our home. This structure might be from a civilization that existed before all known history." Jackson laughed nervously. "So we are not just surprising the galaxy, we are surprising ourselves." Tried to process everything. If this is true, humanity might be connected to something far older. Maria checked the sensors again. "Commander, the structure is opening." A part of the ring-shaped object slowly rotated, revealing a huge glowing chamber inside. A soft blue light poured out like mist. Jackson tensed. "If something comes out of that, I am firing." Shook his head. "Wait, the energy inside is stable, not hostile." Gave a simple command. "Move us inside the opening, carefully." The horizon entered the glowing chamber. The inside of the structure looked like a massive cathedral built into space. Blue and silver lights floated through the air like fireflies. Strange symbols formed and faded on the walls. Maria whispered, "This is beautiful." Jackson nodded reluctantly. "Yeah, beautiful in a creepy way." Ran tests. "The energy here is unlike anything I have ever seen. It feels like a living memory." Suddenly the ship shook slightly. Jackson reacted. That was not an attack. What was it? His face changed. "Commander, they are reading our ship's core. They know our technology." Looked around the glowing chamber. Why would they care? Then a soft voice echoed through the bridge, not from the speakers, but inside their minds. "It returns. The spark of the ancestors returns." Maria held her head. "Commander, did you hear that?" Nodded slowly. "Yes, everyone did." Jackson whispered, "Okay, this is getting strange." The voice spoke again. "You carry the echo of our creation. You are the descendants. The universe remembers you." Turned pale. "Commander, this structure is not just ancient. It belongs to the first builders, the first known race." Maria gasped, "But they are myth stories." Shook his head. "Not anymore. They were real, and they are talking to us." The glowing chamber shifted, forming a holographic figure in front of the crew. It looked humanoid but taller, with long limbs and glowing blue eyes. The figure spoke gently. "Children of our legacy, why have you returned?" Stepped forward calmly. "We did not know you existed. We came because your signal awakened." The figure nodded. "The galaxy is in chaos. We once guided many species, but when we faded, the empires lost their balance." Jackson muttered, "That explains the Dominion." The figure's eyes glowed brighter. "A new storm rises. The Dominion seeks power. Other empires fear each other. And now, humanity's return has made them fear the unknown." Maria lowered her voice. "Are you warning us?" "Yes," the figure said. "You have great strength, greater than they realize, but if you reveal too much too quickly, the galaxy will break into war." Jackson sighed. "So what? We just pretend to be weak." "No," the figure replied. "You must be careful, show strength only when needed, bring peace through wisdom." Raised a hand. "Why us? Why humans?" The figure looked directly at him. "Because you were made for this. We shaped your kind with potential. You are the last echo of our legacy." Took a breath. "What do you want from us?" The chamber began to dim. "Face the storm that is coming. An old enemy rises again, one even we could not defeat. The galaxy will need you." Maria felt her heart race. "What enemy?" Before the figure answered, the entire structure shook violently. Jackson grabbed his console. "Commander, something is outside." Sensors activated. "It is the Dominion. They found us." His voice sharpened. "Shields up, pull us out of the structure." Maria turned the horizon, racing toward the exit. The figure spoke one last time. "The ancient enemy wakes. Prepare yourselves." The chamber collapsed behind them as the horizon escaped. Outside, dozens of Dominion warships blocked their path. Jackson prepared weapons. "Here we go again." Stared at the fleet, her eyes steady. "No, this time is different. The galaxy is watching. The past is watching. And something older than all of us is waking up." The horizon turned to face the armada. The next move would change everything. The horizon faced the Dominion fleet with quiet strength. The ancient structure behind them was breaking apart, sending slow waves of blue light across the empty region. Commander Brooks watched all of it with a steady expression. Her crew waited for her next command, ready for anything, but even they felt the weight of what had just happened inside the ancient chamber. Jackson Cole checked the weapon systems. "Commander, the Dominion ships are fully armed. They are charging their main weapons." Maria Lewis studied the formation of the enemy fleet. "They have us surrounded on all sides. There is no open path." Ward monitored the power systems. "The defensive matrix is ready again. We can use it if needed." Nodded, we might need it, but we will not strike first. The Dominion commander appeared on the screen. His face looked twisted with anger, but underneath the anger was fear. "Human vessel," he shouted, "you will surrender at once. Your ship will be taken. Your crew will be detained." Jackson muttered, "He still thinks he can win." Answered calmly, "We will not surrender, we ask only for peace. Stand down." The commander's eyes widened with rage. "Peace? After what you did to our fleet, after you humiliated us in front of the galaxy?" Replied softly, "We did not harm anyone, we only disabled their ships." But the Dominion commander refused to listen. "You are too dangerous to live, we will destroy you." The transmission ended. Maria whispered, "Commander, they are launching their attack." A massive wave of energy beams and missiles shot toward the horizon. The galaxy watched through hundreds of observation probes. Every empire waited to see what humanity would do. Jackson braced himself. "Here we go." Spoke with calm authority. "Activate the defensive matrix, full power." Press the command. A bright blue pulse expanded from the horizon like a giant sphere of light. The Dominion weapons hit the pulse and dissolved instantly. Missiles lost their guidance. Beams broke apart into harmless sparks. Maria watched the scene with disbelief. That is impossible for them to understand. They have never seen anything like this. Jackson added, "Good, maybe it will make them stop." But the Dominion did not stop. They sent a second wave, larger and more desperate. Gave the command, "Pulse again, controlled output." Nodded, "Controlled, activating now." Another soft pulse expanded. This time it hit only the weapons systems of the Dominion ships. Their guns shut down. Their engines sputtered. Their shields flickered and disappeared. Jackson laughed softly. "They are blind, deaf, and powerless." But did not smile. This battle is not about victory, it is about what comes next. Before the Dominion could regroup, a deep vibration filled the entire region. The ancient ring structure collapsed completely. A huge wave of light rolled outward in silence. Maria gasped, "Commander, the ancient structure is gone, but something else is happening." His eyes widened. A new signal is forming where the structure collapsed. Jackson frowned. "Another one, now what?" The lights dimmed as a dark shape appeared inside the wave of blue light. It was long, sharp, and unlike anything the horizon had ever scanned. Maria whispered, "Commander, that is not a ship from any known empire." Checked again. Its power readings are unbelievable, higher than anything I have ever seen. Jackson gripped his console tightly. "Is that the ancient enemy the first builders warned us about?" The mysterious ship came closer. Its surface was black and red, shifting like shadows and fire. It moved with silent grace. Stared at it. "Open a channel, let's see if they communicate." Maria tried. No response, no language, no codes, nothing. Then the ship released a pulse of dark energy. Not toward the horizon, toward the Dominion fleet. Shouted, "They are destroying the Dominion ships." One by one, Dominion vessels turned dark and cold. No lights, no energy, no life signs. Jackson's face hardened. "They are not disabling them, they are killing them." Maria whispered, horrified, "Whole crews gone instantly." Kept her voice steady. "We cannot let this happen." Stared at her. "Commander, that ship is far beyond anything the Dominion has, even beyond us in many ways." Answered, "But not beyond the horizon, not completely." Jackson turned to her. "You want to fight it alone?" "Yes," said. "If we do nothing, they will move on to other empires. They will burn the galaxy." The ancient ship turned toward the horizon. Maria swallowed hard. "It is scanning us. Its energy signature is rising." Stepped forward. "Prepare the horizon's deep core systems." Froze the deep core. "Commander, we have never activated that. The ship could break apart." His voice was calm. "It will hold, it was built for this." Jackson nodded slowly. You think the first builders wanted us to use it? Replied, they trusted us with their legacy. We cannot fail now. The ancient enemy ship released a beam of dark red energy. It moved slowly but felt heavy, like a blade made of gravity. Shouted, impact in 10 seconds. Gave the command, activate the core. Press the final sequence. The horizon shifted. A new type of energy flowed through the ship, bright blue and white, vibrating with power. The beam hit the horizon's new shield, and instead of breaking through, it bent around the ship. Jackson stared in disbelief. We are holding. Pointed forward, fire the harmonic lance. Activated the weapon. A beam of pure white energy shot from the horizon toward the ancient ship. It made a deep ringing sound as it traveled. Maria watched the scan. It is hitting them. Their shield is breaking. The ancient ship turned sharply, releasing several dark pulses. The horizon shook hard. Alarms blared. Jackson checked systems. Shields down to 60%. Shouted, their energy is corrosive. It is eating our defenses. Did not hesitate. Redirect core energy to the hull. Stabilize it. Followed her command. Done. The battle continued. Blue and white bursts clashed against red and black shadows. Light bent and cracked around them. Maria watched the enemy ship. Commander, they are weakening. Their structure is unstable. Spoke firmly. One more strike, all power. Jackson nodded, firing. The horizon released a final massive burst of harmonic energy. The ancient ship cracked open like glass. A wave of dark red smoke exploded outward and vanished. Confirmed, the threat is gone. The enemy ship is destroyed. The bridge fell silent. Maria whispered, we did it. Jackson sank back into his seat. One human ship defeated something older than empires. Looked at the fatting remains of the ancient enemy. This was only the first. The first builders warned us. Nodded slowly. There may be more of them, many more. The Dominion fleet was gone. Only empty ships floated where life once existed. Maria spoke softly. Commander, the galaxy will see what happened here. They will see that we saved them from something far worse. Answered, yes, and now they will need us even more. The horizon turned away from the broken region of space. Behind them, the remains of the ancient structure glowed faintly, like a dying star. Jackson looked at, where do we go now? Replied calmly, forward. There is more to learn, more to face. Humanity is not returning as just another species. We are returning as guardians. Maria smiled softly. The galaxy will not forget this day. Added, and neither will we. The horizon moved forward, leaving behind the darkness and stepping into a new era. One human ship had stood against billions. One human ship had stopped an ancient threat. The galaxy watched in awe. And this was only the beginning.